Good evening and welcome to the Stephen Leeson Show, brought to you live from the Scientology Community Centre, Dublin. Tonight we're going to feature music and much, much more. My first guest is Sandra D. Sandra's always had a passion for singing and got started performing with a number of bands. In 2007, she entered the Jerry Ryan All-Ireland Singing Competition and took first place. On that evening, Louis Walsh suggested she put together a Tina Turner tribute gig, which she did, and she hasn't looked back since. Please welcome to the stage, Sandra D.
Gets behind me and keeps giving me that shove again, putting rain in my eyes, tears in my dreams, and rocks in my heart. Yes, that's all I own, son of a gun again. He keeps telling me that I'm the lucky one again, but I still have that rain, I still have those tears and those rocks in my eyes. Suppose I didn't stay, run away, wouldn't play. The devil want a potion, he would brew. He follows me round, wear me up, tear me down till all this open wilderness. I wouldn't know what to do. Mother's world, give up that fight again. Now I know darn well you'll convince me that he's right again when he sings that sorry song. I just gotta tag along with that old devil gone. He follows me around, will me up, tear me down till all this open will dead. I wouldn't know what to do. Mother's world, give up that fight. Now I know darn well he'll convince me that he's right again when he sings that sorry song. I just gotta tag along with that old devil called love. With that old devil called love. Thank you. I could hold it for 1,000,000 years to make you feel my love. I'd go hungry, I'd go black and blue. I'd go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. The storms are raging on the rolling sea, and on the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I can make you happy, make your dreams come true. Nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you, to make you feel my love, to make you feel my love. Years and my life has been trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. And I realized quickly when I knew that I should, that this world wasn't made of a brotherhood of man, for whatever that means. And so I take sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it on hand, what's in my head, and I am feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I'll take a deep breath and I'll get real high and I scream the top of my lungs, now what's going on? And I said, yeah, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? Ooh, ooh. I try all the time in this institution, and I pray, oh my God, I pray, now pray every single day for a revolution. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it on hand. What's in my head, and I am feeling a little peculiar. And so I'll wake in the morning and I'll step outside and I'll take a deep breath and I'll get real high and I strip the top of my lungs, now what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? Ooh, ooh. For 25 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination.
Well, thank you so much for that, Sandra. That was wonderful. And we'll be having some more from Sandra later on. My next guest is Marian Shanley. Marian is a qualified wellness activist, speaker, and educator. She is a presenter on the award-winning radio show, The Power of Dreams, which airs on Dublin South FM, and has contributed to some very worthwhile projects, as you can see here.
Great stuff. We made it to Sligo. Woo! Mr. Michael Kiernan, thank you very much for asking us down.
Thanks very much, Marian. Thank you.
Tell me about this whole event. We're here at the Simon gig, and you know what? There's a host of people arriving down from Dublin and all around the country just to do this. And there's a purpose, there's a meaning behind why you are doing this. Tell me more about it.
Well, the purpose behind it is basically to help the homeless. You know, I was in Dublin there about 3 years ago, and I was walking the streets, and I seen a lot of homeless people. So I'm involved in music, as you know yourself.
I do.
And I invited a few artists at the very beginning to come down and raise a few quid for the homeless, and I got a huge response.
You're quite a man for getting involved with the artists and personally putting that touch to everything you do. And I've seen over the past few years that you've really pushed this. You're getting the support back now. How do you feel about that?
I can't believe it. You know, I'd had 120, maybe 130 artists trying to get down to this, and I can only put in 30 or 40, so I'm hoping next year maybe for a festival maybe.
Well, I think you're on the right track because we need something that works with people, and you know what, we have the best of the best tonight, so anybody you're looking forward to seeing?
Fuzz Gigolo,
Oui.
Elevation Falls.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
And I hear you have Josie Wales and you've Jeremiah Day and you've got Tremolo as well.
I don't really know those artists now, so I'm looking forward to their debut performance here.
Well, I think it's going to be a great night and looking forward to seeing what happens, and we'll catch you maybe later on again and get some feedback as well.
Yeah, thanks very much, Marian. Thank you.
Listen, if somebody wants to donate as well, where can they go?
Online as
Okay.
Yeah.
And on Facebook as well, they can track you down.
Yes, they can. Yeah.
Great stuff. Thanks for taking time out.
All right.
Okay.
In addition to her media work, Marian has been a composer from an early age and is currently working on an album of original material, I Am Mars. She's going to perform a track from that for us now, which is a nod to her Irish ancestors, to love and to loss. And here she is. Welcome, Marian Shanley.
Call a loved one, my cry. Maine go rock alongside vacant night Temple Ripshire each last word during this snowball alongside Malam vacuum is gone no cora my dog shame me am I not sure Shoy ono china hug she grotto fake it wrong his saw she no one is fake and anini e goira la kayla nile sokusan go will mo rehearse Vacant night, people ripsha each slash withering it's no baklamsa Bala vacuum is gone in a car my dog shame me am I not sure Vacant night, Temple Ripshire each slash withering it's not baklamsa Bala vacuum is gone in a nokara my dog shame me am I unsure
Well, I hope you're enjoying the show here this evening. Beautiful piano playing, very emotional. But, you know, we're having a really good time. I hope you're enjoying the show. What a beautiful piece. It's called I'm on My Own in English. I'll get Marian to tell you what it is in Irish. She's better at the Irish than I am. And it's great to have her here because she's always interviewing other guests. So it's really good to be have her here and interview her and see what her perspective is on life. Well, I'll let you say the song in Irish, the name of the song in Irish.
Okay, it's called Tom and Mainer, which means I'm on my own.
Yes.
So it's...
I got as far as I'm on the own bit.
You're doing well.
I said I'd leave it to you. So I'd like to start off with this. I love all of this. Qualified, wellness, and creative, activist, speaker and author. It's just great to have all those names there that are definitely you.
I know it's a lot.
No, but it's a good lot.
Yeah, it's taken a while. I know we all start with trying to find our identity, and I think the left and right brain challenges itself along the way, and you're you know, it's part of the dynamic of growing older and sort of getting past your teens and making a decision about who you are. But I think we're always constantly evolving.
We are.
So I wanted to encompass something that actually reflected who I am. So I'm creative and I'm artistic, but I also love working with people and helping people. So I think that's probably the most suitable title I've had so far.
And you're still evolving. I want to bring you back to your child at 9 years of age. And tell me how you felt at 9, because this seems to have created who you are today.
Yeah, I think I had a sense of, well, actually, I don't think I know I had a sense of who I was. I think children do. You simply ask them a question, what are you going to be when you grow up? And mine was like, I literally would look at people as if incredulously, how could you not possibly know I'm going to be an artist? That's it, absolutely. And I think it was that conviction. What happens, I think, as you get older is that you diversify and you start to pick up the tools and the skills in life, and you explore other avenues, which I did, obviously. But I think my earliest memory of identifying that there was something creative there is writing from about 9 and 10. I absolutely loved writing and reading as well. And there was an imprint from when I was 3, when I saw somebody very ill as well, that I decided that hugs and being kind and also making a difference on this planet really matters. So I've always had the two kind of intertwined, and one would take a forward stance in my life at one point, and then it would regress back again, and then the other would balance out creatively as well. So I've always juggled both of those, which is quite exciting really as well. It's kind of brought me here today.
What did you like to write when you were a child? Was it very basic writing?
I was very into prose and very into words that are so big that you shouldn't actually know them at 9 and 10. I love showing off the English language. And I also wrote in Irish, which is my native language. So I would have gone to Irish school during the summer holidays, and I would have explored my native Changa, my native Irishness. And there's something very innate when you speak your national language, because it brings up something else in you. And I think that's when I started also writing Irish music. Around 12 or 13, I started to write songs in Oscailga, which is in Irish itself as well. So it was a journey of spirit.
I love that about you, that you have always embraced, and anytime we've met, which is always a joy and a pleasure, you just embrace every part of your femaleness, your Irishness, your soul, your ancestors. It's an incredible place to be at.
Thank you. I think every day really matters. One thing for sure is you have right now. And one thing for sure is that if you do your absolute best in the present moment, then your future and your past really make a massive difference, because you affect both. I'm absolutely sure of that. I've always had a connection to time and space, and an awareness that there's a lot more that we don't understand. And even from a very, very, very early age, I've put that into everything I do. That how amazing and how wonderful it is to have a working body that can do what we can do, to have a mind that actually can absorb information and grow and change and fail and grow some more, or succeed and grow some more. I think it's amazing that we have the gift of life. And for me, I've taken everything as a gift, including people and opportunities. And when I learned that from a very early age, for me, I felt very privileged, and also felt that there are people around me who don't have the benefit of my luxurious lifestyle, as in that knowledge. Because luxury to me is education, knowledge, growth, not the material things that are around us. Although that comes and makes things a lot easier sometimes as well. So I'm not going to knock that, It's good to have running water. Washing machines, running water is always a good thing to have. But it's the little things that matter to me, like courtesy, respect, gratitude, and also a smile, a greeting, and an acknowledgement of life. And to be able to do what I do, I'm very privileged. And to hand that on to other people, that's an even greater gift.
And the empath that is you.
Yeah.
You've created so many things in your life, but one thing I really admire is your radio show, and in the title of it, The Power of Dreams, because you have made an awful lot of dreams come true for people on that show that might never have gotten the chance to be there.
Thank you.
So that's a really good platform for everybody. Could you tell us a bit about that show, please?
Yeah. The reason behind the radio show was it was part of the master plan internally. We have one of those that kind of, has its own little timeline. So for me, I came across a child who was being abused many, many years ago, and I made a singular decision, along with my mission statement, that I would affect positive change on a national level, if not an international level. So I've been working away. Everything I do has a thought behind it, because if I can affect one child in any positive way, because this is the future generation, this is the future adult, and I think that's a pivotal stage for me. So I was National Irish Speaker for Teen Line, which is a charity for children in Ireland. And I got to 22,000 children in 1 year, and it still wasn't enough to me. And I wanted to put it to another platform that made sense. So I have this sense of knowing that the best thing for me would be a radio show. And I went and I pitched and I got my show. And it made sense that it should be called the Power of Dreams, because that's what I believe in, is that you may have dreams in life, but you have to take equally some amount of action. Even if it's a forward step or a singular decision, you can create your dreams by being that. So that's where the radio show came from. It's a platform, but it's really masking something much bigger. It is a way for me to facilitate creative journeys, to facilitate a change in someone by offering them a sense of who they are, of giving them fun artistically, but also my master plan is in play as well, because I love mentoring people and saying, look, you are more than who you see. I see much more than you. And I think that's what the show is about as well. And I love being able to do that. So
there's a great vibe at your show. The energy is there. Everybody who's there loves you. They're so grateful and happy that you have them there, which is a really good thing. And you know, I think that's fantastic. The thing for me, though, I'm a slight bit jealous about this Dalai Lama hug.
Oh, yeah.
Slightly bit. I shouldn't be, but I'm looking at it going, wish that was me. How cool.
Well, that's the other part of the Power of Dreams, because I think we can actually travel, and we can, you know, these are just words that we use like travel. But for me, your dreams are very, very important. And I dreamt the night before. It's a funny story. I used to do a TV show in Irish Web TV as well, and part of the master plan as well. And I had a dream the night before. I was supposed to go up to a press audience with the Dalai Lama. And the backstory behind this, again, I was doing some charity work for Children in Crossfire, running an event up in Derry. So we took over the Derry for the weekend. But I was so privileged that I was put on. This little person who was on Irish Web TV was up with the BBC and RTE, and I remember just walking into this room, and everybody was set up in their designated places, and it was myself and Brian, the camera guy, and he's also the owner of Irish Web TV. So the two of us said we'd go up and we'd do this, and there was almost like this pathway right up to the front. And there was just this one spot. And for whatever reason, everybody else thought, well, I better not stay there. There's obviously somebody, you know, important is coming there. And of course, yeah, I'm the same as everybody else. I went, there's my space, straight up the front. And I remember Richard Moore. Richard Moore is also a director of the Children in Crossfire up north. And he actually was a 10-year-old, very important. This 9 and 10 is really coming up a lot. He was walking home from school in the Troubles, and he got hit by a rubber bullet, right? And it blinded him from 10 years of age. And he set up Children in Crossfire, which is a charity for children. And then the Dalai Lama happened to be also a director, and he came on board, and they're very tight buddies. So I was really lucky. I asked a question from Richard Moore, and we were all waiting there, and his is really good. The Dalai Lama has one of the best sense of humours. He snuck up. Now, Richard's blind, and Richard's sitting on the stage in his seat, and Dalai Lama comes out from the side and he goes like this to all the press. Shh. Nice. And he sneaks up on Richard Moore, who's blind, and goes, huh, right? And this is the thing they were used to, and everybody started laughing, and then they sat down together. And I got the second question after RTE, which was a really nice, respectful thing that was given to me. And I just said I had lots of questions, but the night before I had dreamt I hugged him. So I absolutely knew I was going to hug him that day. So I just said, oh, I have lots of questions, but the one I want to ask you is, can I give you a hug? Can I give you a hug? Now, I have to explain that because I'm not egocentric on any level, but I do think we're all equal. I do think that we're all connected, that there's a very thin, invisible thread between all of us. We're all very similar on a lot of levels. And I just thought to myself, I wonder what it's like when a little child is given the responsibility of being a Dalai Lama. I wonder, does anybody ever say to you, well done? So I went up, gave him a hug, and I whispered in his ear, well done. And then I gave Richard Moore a hug as well, because he's equally as important, and told him well done. And that's the Dalai Lama story. So,
and you think about it, you know, probably people will be in such awe of the Dalai Lama, they probably never even think of giving him a hug.
Yeah. See,
he probably doesn't get many hugs.
Well, I'm lucky I was reared in a house that was, you know, we were treated equally. My dad played professional football, so we were used to being surrounded by, you know, a certain level of celebrity, but also we were also taught that, you know, we're all the same. And that's really important.
We're all brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I really think so.
Connected. Our energy is connected.
Yeah, and I think kindness and compassion is the ultimate tool you could have in life.
And were you so in the now during that hug? Was it?
It was so nice. Yeah, it was actually, you know what I thought? I thought, My dad gives great hugs and my mom as well. And I was just thinking, this is like a family hug.
Yeah.
It was just like hugging family. Because I didn't need anything. I didn't want to gain anything from it apart from just saying respectfully, you know, this is the moment for me to give you, maybe say well done to you as well. Because I think people see people in power and see people who are successful. But the bottom line is, you know, hugs are great. Doesn't matter who you are.
Anybody can hug me anytime.
Yeah. Even you, Angel.
I'm going to get a hug from you later.
You will.
Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Secondhand Dalai
The
Lama.
Dalai Lama, I can do it. I can do it too.
Very powerful.
Can you tell me something about your music? Because it's very important to you. You're composing and how you get your ideas.
Yeah, see, the idea side of it is I get this feeling inside, I get sensation, and it's beyond me. It's not necessarily me, and it's always been there since I was very small. But I do remember the piano was my best friend for my teenage years, because that was my one way of expressing everything that was inside of me. And I think if everybody has something creative that they can use as a way to express themselves, it is so beneficial, especially if it's something like music. So I was very lucky that I discovered the piano. Now, here's how I started the piano. I used to pick up lollipop sticks in a cul-de-sac in a house in Trim where we used to live before we moved, and life changed as well. And I used to line them up on the kitchen table and practice before I had a piano. So I was attracting what I, you know, next there's a piano when we moved towns, and I started doing piano lessons. And then all of a sudden I sat to the piano when I was an angsty little teenager, you know, and I was trying to find my way through my journey with my feelings and everything. And I started to write how I felt. And that's why I love working with young people and getting them to express themselves, and older people, and it doesn't matter. I think the key to your health is to actually put out that negative stuff into a positive way without fear. And even with fear, actually, fear is a good thing. If you can face your fears and learn that fear and defeat and failure is equally as important to growth to yourself. So I created a few songs, and I won Mullinoga, which is a National Irish Australia competition, which was amazing. And I've been working with artists and musicians ever since, over here, since I went in front of, sat on stage on piano and all the rest. And more recently, I actually believe you should wait till time is right for you to feel 100% before you risk what you find is very precious and valuable to you. And for me, my music is how I breathe. Always has been. So recently, it just shifted, and I was ready for it. And I've started to work on an album, and I'm really excited about it.
I love the title, I Am Mars.
I Am Mars.
I Am Mars.
Yeah, because
How powerful.
Marian is my name, but I've been called Mars all my life. As I grew up, it's like I have 4 brothers who treat me like their little sister, even though I'm the older sister, and then I have an older sister above me, but I've always been Mars. So it felt right to say I am Mars, because at some point in your life, you fit your skin. At some point, you just sit in and you are you. And I saw that. I went, I am Mars. And then the music has been coming, and I'm very excited about it, because I'm looking at people I want to collaborate with, and I'm excited that this is affecting something beautiful in other people.
And there's a universal sound from I Am Mars as well, you know?
Thank
the
you.
Universal.
Yeah, I'm on
edge to it.
SoundCloud as well. As Mars was waiting for me.
Yes.
It
perfect.
was, the name Mars was waiting. So it's like, it is fitting into place, you know?
And you have so many exciting things happening to you always. Can you tell us a little bit about this book that's sitting here? Can you want to hand it over? Yeah.
Am I allowed to reach for like a walk camera here?
Maybe
I'll
not.
leave it there. It's probably in a shot anyway, so we're grand. I'm not going to cost.
I love the name.
Yeah,
Tell us
gathering
about
at the
that.
doorway.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mentioned earlier about time and space for me and reality, and also the fact that we would have to be very naive to think that we know everything about where we are and what we are, and also what's going on around us. And I totally believe that we should acknowledge that there's energy, that there's something more to life. And for me, I like the idea of quantum. I like the idea of different verses of life that surround us. And also that there's much more to our comprehension that we're still going to learn
Absolutely.
about life. And this is a great book, because I was kind of headhunted last year for my work in Ireland. And it was such a nice thing. And I was asked if I could contribute a chapter. And so it's kind of 6 months in the making. And there was about 39 other authors from around the world who were asked to do the same thing. And Camilla Dan is the main person who brought this together. And so that book arrived in this morning, just in time for this show.
Yes.
Again, this is all about,
Yes.
things
The
happening
pathways
for a
opening.
reason. But it's actually really good. We are after making, within this week alone, #1 on Amazon.
Yes, the bestseller.
So it's the bestseller list already. And do you know what? It's a good book for a read if you want to expand.
I'm going to have to get it.
Yeah, I'll sign it for you.
Oh, do please. So, not that I want to end the interview. It's an amazing interview we're having here. And thank you so much for coming and joining us
Oh.
this evening. It's been incredible with you.
No.
What's the future for you?
Ooh, that's a good question. I often think, when you set out what your future is, are you putting the markers on it a little bit as well? I like to keep a bit of mystery when it comes to it. There's a show coming up in Newbridge on the 11th, so the music Breathe that I have on SoundCloud is going to be used in that. And I'm also on stage in that as well. I'm also looking at following up on that book. So Christmas time, I can't say anything at the moment. There's other things that will be revealed. But apart from anything else, I'm still on track with that overall mission for helping people. So I think when it comes to talking about the future, I'll say right now, watch this space.
I love that. Watch the space.
I think that's the best way to leave
Well
it.
done, Marian.
Oh, thank you very much for
Thank you so
having
much
me
for
here.
being here this evening. We've
I'm
had a
delighted.
wonderful time with you. Thank you. As always, thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks, Marian, again. It was wonderful having you on the show. Now, to our next interview, we'll all be finding out about Sandra's journey through life. But let's have some more music from her first.
Every now and then, I think you might like to hear something from me. Nice and easy. But there's just one thing. I never do nothing nice and easy. I always do it nice and rough. Now I'm gonna take the beat of the song and I'm gonna do it easy. But then, I'm gonna do the finish right. The way I do right, man. And we're rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Listen to the story now. Left a good job down in the city, working for the man every night and all day. And I never lost 1 minute of sleep, and I was worried about the way the things might have been. Big wheel would keep on turning, oh, the bright mirror keeps on burning. And we're rolling, yeah, rolling on the river. Now I cleaned a lot of plates and peppers, and I popped a lot of tail down in New Orleans. But I never saw the good side of the city until I hit a ride on that river called Queen. Big wheel would keep on turning, oh, the bright mirror keep on burning. And we're rolling, yeah, rolling on the river. Yeah, we're rolling, yeah, rolling on the river. The city, working for a man every night and day, and I never lost 1 minute of sleep, and I was worried about the way the things might have been. Big wheel keep on turning, bright mirror keeps on burning, rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Yeah, we're rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Yeah! All right! for free. Back wheel keep on turning, right mirror keeps on burning. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the wheel. Here we go, yeah. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the wheel. Yeah, come on. If you come down to the river, bet you're gonna meet a lot of people who live. You don't have to worry if you got the money. People on the river are happy to get. Back wheel keep on turning, right mirror keeps on burning. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the wheel. Here we go, yeah. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the wheel. Well, yeah, come on. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the wheel. Da 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 da. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the wheel. One more time, yeah. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the wheel. Da 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 da. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the wheel. Yeah. I call you, I need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me, why do I? Welcome to me, give me everything I need. You give me a lifetime of promises in a world of dreams. You speak a language of love like you know what it means. Oh, it can't be wrong. Take my hand and make it stronger, babe. You're simply the best. Oh, you're better than all of the rest. We're better than anyone. Oh, we're the one out there for me. Oh, and I'm stuck on your heart. Now, hang on every word that you say. Tears apart. Baby, I would rather be dead. In your heart, I see the stars of every night and every day. Cause in your eyes, I get lost, I get washed away. Just as long as I'm here in your arms, I could be in no better place. You're simply the best. Oh, you're better than all of the rest. We're better than anyone. We're no one out of me. Oh, and I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word that you say. Tears apart, no, no, no. Oh, baby, I would rather be dead. Here we go. Each time you leave me, I'm not losing control. You're walking away with my heart and my soul. I can feel you even when I'm alone. Oh, baby. You're simply the best. Woo! You're better than all of the rest. And better than anyone. Now we're a part of me. Oh, let's knock on your heart. Not hang on every word that you say. There was a but, no, no, no. Now, baby, I would rather be dead. You're the best.
Thank you. Can I have the music a little higher, guys? Thank you. For the next song.
Last chance for love. Yes, it's my last chance for romance tonight. I need you by me, beside me, to guide me, to hold me. Just call me, 'cause we're numbered. This last dance, let's dance. This last dance, let's dance. This last dance tonight. Last chance for love. Yes, it's my last chance for romance tonight. By me, beside me, to guide me, to hold me, just call me, 'cause when I'm there, I'm not there. So let's dance, this last dance, come on, let's dance, this last dance, yeah, let's dance, this last dance tonight.
Wow, let's dance. I'm dancing here. I'm having such fun. Who doesn't love a little bit of Tina Turner? Well, I tell you, that was fantastic, wasn't it? Wow. Well, what can I say, Sandra?
Hi, Angel. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
It's so good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. I'm so delighted. Thank
Are you
you
having
so
a good
much.
time?
Absolutely wonderful. Amazing.
Excellent. And the crew and staff and everybody amazing here.
It's just unbelievable. I'm in awe. I feel like something amazing. Yeah, something happened.
I told you, didn't I?
Oh, you did.
So I know that you were kind of shy growing up.
Yes.
And you needed a little bit of help as regarding getting to your dream of being on stage. And I know the Gaiety School of Acting did build up your confidence. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I was so shy, and I kept saying, "Oh, I'm going to get sick," and really sometimes in the bathroom being sick at the thought of singing and then going out and then kind of making a mess of it. And I had to say to myself, "You got to get a grip. You either want to do it or you don't," and I did. So somebody told me you should take acting classes, and I did, and I got to learn how to laugh at myself and let loose and not be afraid of what other people, because at the end of the day, like what we do as singers is it's a performance. It is an act, you know. So
It is.
and I learned how to just take control and you know, not be afraid anymore. Well, to an extent.
And how did you get the part in First City? Was that fun?
Oh yeah, that was, yeah. It was just, I had a few lines on it. After being an extra, I got to, you know, say a few lines, play the part of a reporter. Yeah, that was fun. Long time ago, like that, nerves and all that. And you could have done better. You could have done better, but yeah.
I think every performer will always have nerves, and I think a touch of it is good because it keeps you a bit more aware of your performance.
Absolutely,
Keeps you, you know, learning all the time.
I think we're our own worst critic, aren't
I know.
we?
And what about Maureen Ward? Because she had a big influence on you as well, your vocal teacher.
Yes. I went for a couple of lessons with her, and she just taught me techniques and how to phrase words, and, you know, she was just amazing. Absolutely. Unfortunately, I did only have a few lessons with her, but what she taught me, I still use now, like today. The techniques, brilliant.
And I believe you entered the Jerry Ryan, what was it called? The All-Ireland Singing Competition.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He used to run it every year, and I'd listen to it and I'd say, oh, God, I'd love to do that. Didn't have the nerve. And then one time I just said, I'm going to go and I'm going to do this. So, you know, entered, got through to one heat, and then the next heat, and the next heat. And then I got to the final. Like, I couldn't believe it. It was just wonderful, amazing.
Was that on the TV?
No, he said the next time, you know, he was hoping to get it onto TV. It should have been like,
Yeah.
but it was just fantastically amazing. You know, singers there that day was just phenomenal. Not for a minute did I think what was going to happen.
You won.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
Amazing. I still have the competition on a CD. They
Amazing.
burnt it and gave it to me. It's
Talk about a confidence booster.
absolutely. I was getting ready to walk out the door because I had who I thought would have won picked out, you
Yeah.
know, and then they coming out. It was just total disbelief. Total.
And how did you feel? How did you find? Sorry, not how did you feel? How did you find Jerry Ryan?
Do you know, was absolutely wonderful. There's hasn't been anybody like him to take his place. He was so relaxing, accommodating, very, very kind man. And, you know, he told me, you can do this, you know, and pushed me to go further. He was just an amazing person.
Yeah, I worked with him too. Actually, he was a sad loss to the industry
Absolutely,
for sure.
wasn't he?
There's no
Yeah.
doubt about it.
Like the way he acted around people was just amazing, you know.
Yeah, and then I know that Louis Walsh was a judge that night.
That's right, yeah.
And was he on the X Factor then? Was he?
He was, yeah. I nearly didn't
He
go.
was.
They said, we have a surprise for you. Guess who's a judge? And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not going.
He's good fun as well, isn't he?
He is. When I got to meet him, he's just so nice. He's not what you perceive on the show, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes he can come across as Mr. Nasty, but he's not, and he's very honest, which I appreciate. So
Did you find him nasty?
no, not at all. No, but some people said, oh, it wouldn't go on. You know, they're kind of afraid, but he's not like that at all. He's totally cool and honest.
No, he is. He's a lovely guy, and he's
Yeah.
telling it as it is. I mean, there's no point in telling you can sing
No.
if you can't sing. Let's be real.
Exactly.
Just
Oh,
because your
yeah.
mommy tells you.
Yeah, well, anybody done anything wrong that day, they got it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
God.
He doesn't mince his words. But you know what? He's not being nasty. He's just speaking the obvious and telling you the truth and how you can better yourself, you know?
And
You
that's
don't know.
that's where it led you to doing the Tina Turner tribute, because had you thought about that, or was it just a thought because he had that thought in his head and told you about that? Do you think you thought about it beforehand?
I loved Tina Turner. She was an idol of mine, still is. I didn't think about doing a tribute to her. Singing her songs, definitely, but not the tribute. No, not until he told me I should do that.
Did it take you long to create yourself as Tina Turner?
Well, you see, I don't perceive myself as being her. It's my tribute to her, right? It took me a while yet to gather her best stuff that people know, because a lot of stuff she does people don't know. They're like, who's saying that? But I got it together, bit by bit, and start watching her moves and the way she phrased things, and start learning. And I was working on it, getting it together.
Just watching videos of her and
Yes. Yeah.
watching her perform and
Her life story, especially.
watching what she was saying and all
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see that actually. You can see your interest in Tina Turner for sure. And I know that your first gig after that, after doing the show with Jerry Ryan, was the Special Olympics.
Yes.
Tell us how that came about.
It was being run, and I knew lots of people in the music business. I don't know whether I can mention names or not, but they were all running this. They turned a venue into a casino in Las Vegas, and they had various acts. They had somebody on doing Diana Ross. They had other guys on, just amazing people. And they asked me would I do a spot of Tina Turner, costume, the whole lot. So I was like, okay. And I was like terrified. Absolutely, I'm going to make a mess of it, the whole lot. So got my act together, and practiced like hell, rehearsed like hell. And that night, that was my first. It's actually still up on YouTube, so.
You have to tell me that. Did it feel better when you kind of put on the dress, when you put on the outfit that was signifying Tina Turner?
Oh yeah, it just, you kind of got into character, you know, and you could, act her scene. Her songs are, I don't think you just stand there and sing them. You got to act them, because her songs are alive. They come alive, Like,
she's still very much alive now.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
doing incredible. She looks incredible on
Absolutely.
Instagram. She looks
She's
absolutely
amazing. I'm
Isn't she?
on all her pages, big fan, everything she does.
Have you ever met her? No.
No, but one thing is my husband and her were born on the same day, so I'm like,
wow.
happy birthday, Tony.
Did you ever get to see a concert or anything?
No, I didn't.
no.
I the last time she had a concert, I had 3 laptops open. I just couldn't get tickets. Yeah. And one of the concerts I had tickets, but I couldn't go because I was just 9 months pregnant. So I'm like, no.
This can't be happening.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's for you now in the future?
Well, I want to pursue what I do because I love it. It's just so uplifting. It's like it's my medicine. And a dream I have is to sing a James Bond song. Somebody can write it and I'll sing it. That's a big dream.
Why not?
Right? Or just
dream big.
Yeah, exactly. I could have done that concert that Adele couldn't do in Vegas that time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I didn't need the pond.
Give her a call the next time.
Yeah.
Tell her you're in.
Yeah, I'll fill in for you, Adele. No problem.
I think you'd be great in a sit-down situation where people are just relaxing and enjoying the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love like the old. Do you ever watch old movies and the sitting in these clubs and there's all little tables and lamps and it's jazzy and it's people are there enjoying the music. I'd love to have somewhere like that. I'd love to perform in somewhere like that. I'm sure they exist, probably in Vegas, but who knows?
Las Vegas.
Yeah,
Here we come.
Absolutely.
don't forget us.
I won't. Well, if you're going to dream really big,
Yes,
you never
keep
know.
it going. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you know what?
absolutely.
It's been a wonderful time here with you this evening.
Thank you. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
All these amazing people, the work that goes on here behind the scenes is
know.
just phenomenal.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So much work goes on behind the scenes, and we've had such a great time with you here
Yeah.
today.
Wonderful night with wonderful
Yeah.
people, honestly.
Thank you so much for coming along.
Thank you for asking me. It's been a joy.
Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks, Sandra. Well, everybody, I hope you had a wonderful evening here this evening. We had some good fun. We were dancing right till the end with Sandra. We look forward to seeing you all again next week. Thank you so much and good night. Thank you.